to occupy you quite a bit now. You put in about the 2003 war on drugs, etc. It's no longer just a detective novel. There's a lot of things about Thailand going on in a big book like this.
Yes, I think really the history of private eye fiction is to look at issues of justice and fairness, and the second you open up fairness and justice, you're looking at political issues, because how we address justice and fairness is a political determination. And what happened in the last few years has opened up all kinds of different perspectives and perceptions about how fairness works in Thailand, about justice works in Thailand. And that's the main fertile ground for a private detective who is looking at those kinds of issues. So basically, the last few years have provided a lot of source material.
And the same great expat characters are there, you know, Calvino's drinking buddies, and expats who talk to me about your fiction always say they learn a lot about Thailand and they learn a lot about themselves because their own relationships are revealed very acutely, you know, your sense of observation, going into the backstories and having a really deep look around. You know, you seem to have a very good sense of place. You use Bangkok very well. It's a very important feature, I think, to get a sense of place right in a book like that.
Bangkok, no question, is a central character in the Vincent Calvino series. And part of it is when you live in a place for 20 years, you try to reflect upon what the place is for you, how in a way it shapes your identity, who you are, and even with foreigners. After a while, if you've been in a place for 20 years, you find that your identity starts to take into and draw upon other aspects of culture. And so the tug and pull for expats is trying to maintain a balance between the identity of who they are from where they've come from, at the same time being tolerant enough to take the best of the culture where they live, not to fight that or be in confrontation with it, but to find a way to accommodate both cultures in a way where there is no huge contradiction and people can feel comfortable in their own skin.
I think you're probably, if you don't mind me saying so, the master novelist now in Southeast Asia. You've lived in Bangkok for at least 20 years. You've got, I think, 21 books out, most of which are about Thailand. The Vincent Calvino series started with Spirit House, and this is now the 11th in the series. At the same time the main novel has come out, you've also now introduced a reader's guide to the series, a pocket guide. That's a very, good idea, because Calvino used to be a lawyer. Now he's got an idea to give the laws of the jungle, the urban jungle, to expats. You know, you want to talk a little bit about what's in the pocket guide?
I think for a lot of people coming to any series new, particularly when there are 11 books, the question is, where do I start? What are these books about? What is the order of the books? And how did the author come about to create a series like this? Well, I answer that in this book. And at the same time, one of the things that runs through all 11 novels happens to be Calvino's laws. Calvino being an ex-lawyer, of course, law for him is what he breathes as a daily basis. So he interprets a lot of the things in his Thai experience as requiring a guideline or a law or a rule, and they're rules for living. There may be a rule for investigation, there may be a rule between how women and men stay together, maybe rules about culture, or how you use language. So he has many of these kinds of rules that are often tongue-in-cheek, but behind the tongue-in-cheek there is a hard core reality of truth behind it. So by understanding some of these laws, you start to reflect a little bit on the cultural differences in Thailand and how you come about dealing with them.
The Corruptionist features a Chinese businessman who really is trying to get his hooks into Thailand and both putting forward a candidate to be the prime minister. He's trying to manufacture some weapons, lethal version of the taser. you know, and you're introducing some quite big subjects here, but at the end of the day, it still comes down to a really great roller coaster ride with the detective taking on the bad guys and at the last minute, you know, coming out unscathed. In this one, his lifelong buddy Colonel Pratt gets shot. Now, we don't want to reveal too much of the plot, but hopefully it's in the bookshops right now, both of these.
It's all bookshops.
Right, I just want to pick up my favorite one. Cold Hit. This is the one I like best. It's in the list of 11 of this series, you know, featuring the private eye, Vincent Calvino. Cold Hit. Try that one. Thank you very much for coming today. It was your 8th literary talk for the Patio Expats Club. We really appreciate you coming. Thank you very much, Christopher Moore.
Thank you, Richard. I hope to be back for number 9. I'm working on Calvino number 12 now.
Oh, that's good news for every expat. Thank you very much.